Yep.
Alright, let's do this. Previously, in the GodBreaking, a group of awakened heroes traveling across the wasted land of Solaria, um, fixing and discovering what had happened and what transpired there. You guys previously made it through the realm of Motorim, repaired what had happened, the viral demon that had infected its chipset and caused all the modrons and machinery to go awry. Then you came to the surface and um, repaired the damage that was the heavy damage dealt to one of the Titans, Titan Rathmus. You evacuated the Emulsons, the indigenous people here on this now barren, but once heavily populated, but now barren world, and reunited Titan Rathmus with Titan Zadius. You took an underground conduit tunnel, high-speed conduit tunnel, formed by the Modrons, to the top of the mountain, where fire and rock had become one, and the heat of this place was immense. And you made it to the temple of Bahamut. Do I have a picture for that? I showed you. It's
Yeah, you did.
the there. Okay. You made it to the temple of Bahamut, and there, looking around at the emptiness and this massive structure, now vacant. The only thing living here is Bahamut himself, who is tethered up above you, miles and miles and miles above you, flying through the air above Solaria, maddened, in a rage, in a mania about him. He flies above the surface of Solaria, scorching his own world, surrounded by wisps and these five circling shadow dragons that extend from him. His tether, though, this massive chain, is anchored right here in his temple. And at the base of the chain, Elwyn, you encountered a myriad of runes and arcane tapestries, spells and powers from across all the known planes in languages and thought processes that are completely unknown to you. The greatest magics of all the planes set here to anchor and hold Bahamut in place. Gems and crystals and stones of all sorts glowing and throbbing and pulsating in the area. Elwyn, you guys, Renly, you summoned the remnant of one of Bahamut's priestesses, and she told you, Elwyn, that you are the key. You have the knowledge, you have the power to undo this. You have been chosen since time in time immemorial in Bahamut's mind. He sent one of his own flight to go out and choose someone to give the key to, the one who would be destined to come and free him from his self-imposed mania. You went and walked through the stones and all the rune works and sigils and arcane wards, and placed your gemstone, your small crystal that you've carried with you on all these journeys, into the dragon horde, and a portal opened up, a portal to the broken mind of Bahamut. So that's where we left off. You guys are in the mind of Bahamut. It is a divine place, light and sound echo and bounce about all over. The place is circled in and inundated and basically floating in clouds, but they're not exactly peaceful. They swirl about tempestuously. There's winds that buffet back and forth. There's thunder cracks that ripple through the atmosphere. This is where you are, the mind of Bahamut. In the shadows beyond the clouds, you can see occasionally a large form moving. Based on its outline in the clouds, it's first of all it's humongous. It's completely massive, and you gather that it is Bahamut's own self-image, his idea of himself, lurking beneath the surface of these clouds. Whispers and mutterings all throughout. The prayers of a thousand followers crying out for justice. Every voice throughout all the plains who cries out for justice, who cries out for that judgment come down on their enemies or on those who have wronged them, echoes within Bahamut's mind. And you can feel the brokenness, looking at the stonework and looking at the ground. It's all shifting about in place, moving, rocks clashing into each other, platforms rising and falling. What you once used to be a coherent and connected realm is now splintered and floating and drifting. You guys are here. What do you want to do? Oh, Tempest is there with you. Yeah. What do you want to do?
Yeah, guys, what do you guys want to do?
You're closer to your mic, please, Renly.
I'm still holding the back of like a Damas's like underwear, I guess. I don't know. It might be a wedgie, but I'm still holding on to him. Like, this is my son. I'm a bear, I guess. Going on. Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elwyn, you're in the lead.
Does it feel different? Like, are we still connected? I'll try to bring up my firebolts to orbit me.
They appear. Everything looks just a bit different, though. As in, the reason why you exist here, the reason why anything exists here, or even your fire, is because they exist in the mind of Bahamut. So your fire is Bahamut's idea of what fire would be. It just looks a little bit different. It flickers oddly. Some of its angles are off. The pace of its rippling is different.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my wings,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to try to fly over to this next section over here.
Okay. Your wings flare out. They're dragon wings, or are they?
Yeah, they're dragon wings.
Okay. Your dragon wings flare out, and you begin and you lift easily in the air currents here. You find flying easier than it is in the material realm or in real life. You glide and move about almost like as your mind directs you. You very, very little physical effort. So you get across.
About how big is the span between?
We'll call that to scale. We'll call it to scale. So I mean, you guys, hold on. So you see the squares, not the diamonds, the squares. The squares we'll call 5 feet. So whatever. Call it 10, 20, 30, 40, 55-ish.
Yeah, 55.
I'll go. Run. Throw me.
Alright, I'm gonna throw my mom 50 feet.
But let me see if I have. I do not have telekinesis. Yeah, don't do that.
All right, I start flexing my muscles.
Hmm.
Do they look any different? Because they are the ultimate definition of supreme muscles.
They they look smaller.
Where's bullshit? I'm gonna beat this Bahamut guy up and steal his muscles. You dick.
I'm gonna roll up in like a ball sort of form. I trust my son.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna try something first. I'm gonna go jump this time on Mama Bear, and I'm gonna squeeze my glutes as I like
Don't you fly
flex
already?
my way. Yeah, I'm flexing my glutes to see if I can just power. I don't fly. I'm just really good at jumping. I bend the reality of how flying works to jump really good.
You're gonna jump across?
I'm gonna see if I can do it. Like, if can I fly normally?
Are you gonna try to fly? Do you have a fly spell?
I just can fly normally.
All right, so you're gonna
We gave him light.
try to
Damo
fly.
Still doesn't believe he can fly.
All right. So you, as you lift off the ground, was it an item I gave you? I forget how I gave you flight.
You just gave
No,
me
you
flight
just
with
gave it to
like
him.
a thing.
I don't remember how or why.
I would be like everyone else is flying
Shit.
around with this stuff. I'm like on the ground. I'm like woo.
And then you just said, okay, well, we'll just say that you can fly now.
That's how Deimos gets doing stuff.
I don't remember why. All right, so you lift up into the air, Deimos, and you find that the winds are extreme. As you lift off the ground, they swirl and they batter you all around. You have no control over where you're flying to. You begin to get sucked up into the air, off in this direction here.
Wait, am I still between your thighs? Because
Shh,
I'm getting
don't-
moved as
hey.
well.
Oh shit. I'm like
Oh?
what Putin does in Russia, except even weirder.
I'll fly over, and since he can levitate off the ground, he's just getting pulled. I'll grab him while he's flying, and then I'll like pull him.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right, Elwin, make an athletics check.
Oh, I'm so good at those.
I'm gonna give him guidance as I wink at him.
And I'm gonna go, why are you using my hands? Your hands. Deader! Fun!
If I used my arm muscles and not just my butt muscles to jump,
Hold on,
it
let
would
me-
be like a bird. Oh, I have so many new attacks now.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You still have disadvantaged athletics. You reach out with your bad arm.
It's my strong hand. That should have been. Why do I have advantage? Oh, Renly foresighted me.
Yeah, you're foresighted.
Okay. All right. You grab onto them, and using every bit of your strength, you're for some reason your dragon wings are able to maneuver in this land, in this realm, and you beat them violently against the air, and you find the currents that and let them work and navigate them to work with you, and you grab Deimos and Renly and manage to pull them over here. It's everything you can do to do that, though.
I groom James's hair. Son, you okay? Son,
I don't even know what happened.
You're a bear, not a cat.
It tastes like honey.
Okay.
It worked exactly as planned. I jumped and now we're here.
You guys hear, as you land, you hear whispers and mutterings. Like I said, the voices of 1,000 people praying and screaming and beseeching Bahamut.
that sounds like Adis.
They echo all around you. Adis, what are you doing?
I make Rich walk across.
With what?
I make it with wall, of course. And
Okay.
The bridge has a wall too. Made it just wide enough that I could do a floor with one wall.
As railings, 10 by 10 for 100. Yeah. All right. So the invisible wall exists, and you step all the way across, holding on to the handrail the whole way.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. You make it across.
So I can do that. I could do that as long as the walkway's not more than 50 feet wide. I could do that. Say like 5 more times without wasting high level slots if we need to.
I was making a bridge.
Oh, here you go. I toss you over.
Look. Oh no, I'm the Deimos bridge. Take that water force. I cast my own water force.
Wall of Deimos. Good work,
Yes.
son, as I walk over you.
Genius
I,
plan.
I thought you could flex. I thought you could flex teleport, Deimos. Why do you have to jump?
I flexed and turned into a bridge. I have polymorph spells now. I'm a genius.
Wall of Force. Wall of Deimos. Okay.
I'll fly across. Can you move me? I am currently getting some hot sauce.
Walk across the bridge.
All right. You walk across on Deimos.
I will retract the bridge. Guys,
Ooh, son,
I turned
look
back.
at
Oh,
this.
yes.
And I go across, and you know those bear rugs where, you know, the bears are like flat out? I'm gonna do that, except I'm gonna be over here when I do that, so that they can, like, you know, sort of walk across me as I branch over and bridge over the two sides.
Oh, you're gonna try to
Yeah.
stretch out and make it?
Hold
Hair
on.
up style.
Before you do that, Rinley, I believe that that edge is a lower elevation, so you might not be long enough.
All right,
Might
I'm
wanna
gonna
double check
actually
that.
to help her with it. I'm gonna start a fire because let's be honest, a bear rug next to a fire, it always works out.
I brought some Chardonnay and some shrimp. It'll be good.
Let's see how
This
big
a
Baloo
flawless
is.
Plan. I see 0 flaws in this plan. Honestly,
Shaman.
where are we going? Are we just trying to see which ones we can jump to?
All right. Renly, roll athletic check. As Baloo.
Okay. Why you make me do this? Okay, hold on. This is the base level, which is a 4. And then I'll add Baloo stuff, which is like a 30. Okay, so it'll be like a 34 or something.
Plus 4. Plus 4.
Okay. Okay. You are a very stiff bear rug, and you're able to span that gap right there, just barely, like from your tip of your claws to the tip of your claws.
Yay!
I'm gonna try to focus a little bit on the voices, to see if I can signal out something that seems important to me.
Okay. All right. Roll. Yeah. Roll a wisdom check. As you you listen in, you determine that there's multiple different kinds of prayers. Obviously, prayers for justice, prayers for vengeance, prayers for just in anger, calling out for judgment on somebody. You know, that kind of stuff. Prayers in desperation. You as you listen, as you wait for everyone else to cross, you're you can feel a presence in this whole area. You can feel Bahamut himself. He is this place. This place is him. His mind is what makes up the rock and the air and the wind and the clouds and all this stuff. And as the prayers echo across this plain, you can feel subtly, very subtly, his mind reacting to them.
Okay, so
And
this one I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Go.
go on.
Go ahead.
No, so what's happening is that you see that the break the part of the reason for the chaos, part of what's going on here, is that all the cries, the just and the unjust, the ones the ones calling for righteous vengeance, and those calling for just like completely wrong, just bad things to happen. They all are treated equally here, and even though and you can feel a tearing and a war between the chaos and and justice in this place. And that's what's and in Bahamut's mind, he's not able right now to distinguish between the two. So that's part of the reason why this place is so broken.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna try to do. Hopefully it works. I will add one of my own prayers to the mumble of everything that's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna see if, since we're in what I'm guessing is the consciousness of Bahamut,
Mm-hmm.
see if I can guide him or make my prayer stand out from all the rest. And what I'm praying for is for Bahamut's guidance to get us through this place. This is his own consciousness, and see if there's any glint of a clue of what must be done to right this place.
Okay. As you do that, how Don's feeling. As you do that, Ellen, you hear a screech. Your prayer echoes and resonates through this place louder than any of the other prayers. And you can feel the clouds shifting. You can see the dark, shadowy presence underneath everything begin to move and respond. But then a screech rips through the air, and let's see here. Where's my picture? A screech rips through the air, and you see one of these. You see shifts and echoes of this thing just like slithering in the distance. Its dark shadowiness just filling the sky and swirling in the air around you. As it does that, more pieces of terrain break apart. This thing just flitters in and out of your view, and then it disappears. Whatever is going on in this place, these manias, these corruptions, are keeping Bahamut from pulling together, from recovering his senses, and from acting rationally.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, at least now we're pretty sure. All right. I'm gonna fly over, land here. Is this like a doorway?
It's a staircase. It's exactly what it looks like. A staircase that goes up. It goes higher than that. It extends quite high. We'll call it extending. Imagine it extends like 40 feet up into the air. A spiral staircase going up, and at the top there's a door. There's a doorway, just floating in the air.
Well, let's see what's behind door number 1. You guys ready?
Yes.
I'll go up.
Okay.
Baloo doesn't do well on stairs, so I'm going to just climb into my son's arms.
Yes. Oh, come here. Come here, Mama Bear. It's not weird at all.
You guys all going up?
Yeah.
Okay.
After I prayed at Tempest.
Tempest is there with you. He goes.
So, Tempest, you my prayer.
He says, "I'm right here." I can hear everything you say.
Like, I have my eyes closed, but I'm like talking out loud. It's in my head though, but I'm talking out loud. Like,
Mhm.
You super cool. Please help us through this thing. We really need it. Thank you, Tempest, for listening to my prayers.
He says, I mean, I'll
You've got your
try.
back,
open my
John.
I've been trying to help the whole time.
I hear your voice, Tempest. It's like you're talking to my mind. Oh, this is powerful. Let's go. Yeah, I will make you proud, Tempest.
But he's got your back because he's behind your back.
Oh, shit.
All right. You guys climb the staircase, and you see this bright, radiant door just floating in the air. It's like, the thickness of a pane of glass, a portal almost, but not. You look into it, and you see your reflections. There, you can't see through the doorway into the doorway. You guys step through. And as you walk into the next room, you are in a very, very different place. You find yourself in a hallway. A hallway made of dark stone, musty and dank. A smell thick in the air, a repulsive smell, like the thick of blood and rot. You hear this gurgling, churning, liquid-like sound, like almost like flowing water, but it's a lot thicker. It's a slurping, gurgling sound, churning sound. Near you, you can see what's coming, where that sound and the smell is coming from. A fountain, about 20 feet away from you, filled with blood, just oozing and bubbling, half coagulated. It's repulsive. The whole room smells like iron, and the constant churning and gurgling sound is in the background. Around the fountain are a series of bowls, like wooden bowls, like lined up in a circle, like surrounding it in a circle. The interiors of them are stained red with that blood. Down the middle of this hallway, there's a small strip, call it 3 feet wide, maybe 2 feet wide, strip of red stained floor that just paints a path down the middle of this hallway. The hallway itself is fairly wide, call it, let's say 20 feet wide, but this 3-foot red strip makes its way down this hallway. And like I said, the walls are dark and unknowable. Basically, they look like stone, but they're also not stone. And you can't see what's at the end of the hallway. You can't see where it all goes, but all you see is this strip of red, this narrow strip of red in this wide hallway, going off into the distance.
Like a red carpet?
Not a carpet. It's like, but sure.
The fashion show. I dreamt about this once. I'm gonna crouch down and touch whatever the red line is. See.
It's blood. It's blood, but not blood that was painted on there. Blood that looks like it was deposited by footsteps, like bleeding feet, or something like that. The strip is not a consistent red stripe. It looks like it's made up of hundreds and hundreds of footsteps, all bloodied, down the center of this hallway.
Are we supposed to, like, dip our feet in there?
So, should we follow it, or should we drink this disgusting-looking blood?
Is it still fresh?
Various levels of it. Some of it is fresh. Some of it is darkened and dried and coagulated. There's a lot of it that is fresh, though. Yes.
Okay. I'll
Here-
start
yeah,
following the trail.
In this dark room, you do hear the voices still crying out, but the ones that you hear are more manic. They are angry. They're almost unintelligible. Heights of emotionality, heights of passion, heights of and there's almost a confusion to the voices. They're not peaceful at all.
Okay, let me check something real quick. I'll create an illusion of a torch at the edge of the darkness
Mm-hmm.
to see if it lights up further.
So how far away?
30 feet.
'Kay.
Actually.
Then take a bath. I'm dipping my paws, all of them.
Okay.
Dim light goes out 30 feet down, and you can see an additional 15 feet, and the path continues for another 15 feet, and then you see more darkness beyond it.
Okay. I'm gonna start moving forward to see if the darkness moves with my vision, or if it's just here. Does that make sense?
So you're walking down the path?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you step, are you walking on the red, or are you walking off of the red?
Good question. I will walk not on the red.
You walk forward, so there's the small room where the fountain is, and then you take your first step into the hallway. And as you do, you hear a sound of like basically right where the red starts. You hear the sound of almost like the pitter patter of raindrops, multiple raindrops hitting a flat surface, like a concrete surface. A split second, like half a second of that sound, a shh kind of sound, and hundreds and hundreds of miniature needle-sized darts fly through the room in all various directions, from the walls, from the ceilings, from the floor. Make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. 22?
Yeah.
All right. So you are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 14 times.
14 points of damage. Sounds good.
No, hold on.
12 points of damage, even better.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's downgrade.
Okay, you take 168 points of piercing damage.
Yep, that's what I thought.
5. And 70 points of poison damage.
70 points of what, sorry?
Poison.
Okay.
So you're 5 feet in. You take it one step. You're 5 feet into the hallway, and this unknowable number of darts just flying all through the room. Trigger, and you basically stop in place. All right. These small needles just in your body all over. What do you do?
Okay. I will step into the blood.
Oh, yeah, we're all taking a bath in here.
Sideways. You're stepping sideways into the blood.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sidestep into the blood.
Oh, jeez, I think I'm dead.
What?
216 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how far away is he from me? Because
He's
I feel like
he's
someone's
he's
getting
5 feet
impaled with
into
this
the
shit.
he's 5 feet
he would-
into the hallway.
Can I? Would I have been able to Damos tether him? Because we were tethered.
So
And pull him into my
Elwin, it was
non-swimming pool?
214 piercing and 216 poison.
You're still alive. Barely.
Okay. All right. So Damos, what are you doing?
Oh, like when I saw him starting railed with the second batch of darts, I pull him into the pool with me.
You're pulling him back towards you. What are you doing? You're tethering him.
Yeah, we're tethered.
All right. You rip him back towards you. So what are you guys doing with the where are you standing, Damos?
I mean, we're in the pool. It's like a kiddie pool, right? I'm with Mama
Yeah.
Bear. We're just sitting in it.
Yeah. So you
And this is how you do
wait,
it.
are you sitting in it or are you standing in it?
Sitting in it.
Okay. So you're up to your ass and your legs and stuff are submerged in water in the blood.
Yeah.
All right. So you pull Elwin into it. So you guys are all sitting in it. You are your lower half is like soaked in this gurgling, half clotted blood. It smells terrible.
But if you smell bad, the darts won't want to smell you.
I'm going to try something fun. And I step out a bit forward, not quite onto the blood path, and I'm gonna shake, okay, like a dog, and I'm gonna see where the blood splatters.
Wait, how covered in blood were you, Renly? Renly, how covered in blood were you? Were you just like up to your paws? Were you rolling it? How much blood did you have on you? Renly.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Now I can, yeah.
So it was like sort of like halfway up my body when I'm on all fours.
Okay.
So basically, but my back and my head was out of it, and I'm just gonna shake everywhere and see where the blood splatters on the floor.
Okay. I mean, it sprays everywhere. I mean, you got droplets all over the place. Thick, heavy mess everywhere.
Okay, and then I'm going to kind of like figure out, should I roll? Should I like slide down? Demus, do you want to push me?
I have
Through
a
it.
plan.
Yes.
Okay, Major, hear me out on this one.
I get my whole body covered in blood, alright? Because now those darts can't smell me at all. Now, I can't make a noise if she throws me.
Mom, I need you to throw me down there.
Oh, I have a good idea. Yes, you know what? Lie down, and I'm gonna slide him across the blood trail.
Like a slip and slide.
Yeah, that's great. Let's do it.
I mean, he's wet all over. It'll be perfect. No friction.
I'm gonna get ready after she throws him. After he goes like 5-10 feet, I'm gonna yank him back to
Okay. All right. So you're triggering an action to as soon as he gets 5 feet or 10 feet to tether him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
So-
god, yo Deimos.
So Renly,
It's a flawless plan.
so you take Deimos, you put him in slip and slide style on the ground, and you slide him down the hallway.
Oh, one more thing before she slides him. Since he's covered in blood, on his back, I'm gonna like write Willis on it, like if it was a football shirt, like a uniform.
Uh huh.
And then
Wait, who's Willis?
Bruce Willis.
Willis.
Oh, Bruce Willis. That's
is
right.
the
That's right.
main part of this campaign now.
That's right.
Did you
That's
not
right.
know
Yeah.
this yet?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And also, just because I want to see how it works, all right? I'm gonna use this stone skin thing to make myself all stony, because darts don't do well hitting stones,
Mhm.
especially bloody stones.
Okay. You slide 10 feet down the hallway before Elwyn yanks you back. You went fairly quickly, slipping down this blood. You smell nasty.
Yes.
But Elwyn rips you back, and nothing else happens.
Guys, everybody,
Pool
get
party.
into your underwear. We're having a pool party, bros.
All right, so I figure we have like a little montage of us drinking tequila in this nasty ass pool blood, and like getting all like wet. Like me and Elwyn play volleyball against some random people,
Mm-hmm.
and like
I do not hurl.
like it's a fun time.
All right.
And then like
Your goose, Maverick.
wait, I don't want to die. Yeah. But yeah. So I figure we're all covered up, and then we have our slip and slide finale.
Okay. You guys are covered in this blood, and then
I'm gonna
Yes.
go bear style, bear rug. You slide me across. It'll make the back
Whoa,
bigger.
it's all right, and my mom. And don't take that out of context. It's real weird.
You got that, Tempest.
he takes the back end. And he says, "I'll stand right here," and he pushes. You're riding on Renly. You guys are riding on Renly, and Tempest shoves, and you guys all slide down this hallway together.
I'm figuring it's like cool running, but like we're out
Yeah, cool
there
running.
covered in blood, and I thinking we're all white. I don't know. It's completely different, but
So I'm very brown as a bear, but red. Never mind.
You guys slide down this hallway. After 45, 50 feet, it takes an angle downward, and you slide down more rapidly for another 100 or 150 feet. And then you guys slam into a pedestal at the very end. You guys all tumble off and crash down to the ground. Renly, since you are bear rug, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my nose!
You guys are lying in a darkened room. Call it 15 feet in diameter, so 30 feet in diameter. And there, at the center of the pedestal, is a glowing, for lack of a better word, crystal about the size of a cell phone. Right? It's sitting there, but it's not. I said for lack of a better word, crystal, because it's constantly slightly shifting in shape. You can see across its surface, part of its texture is moving about. It looks like a crystal, but on closer inspection, it's definitely not. It's translucent, but also emitting a white light. Yes, it's ringing. Friendly. It's playing the T-Mobile tune. Bum 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 bottom.
Someone pick it up.
No. Also in this room, it's darker than any other part of the place that you were in. Only those of you with you can see the crystal itself, but unless you have night vision, you can't see anything else. If you have night vision, you can see that the walls around you are very dim and dark, and that the floor is made of more of this stone. That's about it. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna try to get some of the blood on the crystal.
Okay, you're gonna go up and touch it, or you're like kind of flicking it onto it.
Yeah, try to flick it on first.
Okay, as you reach out to and you flick some droplets of blood, they go up and they do not hit the crystal. Surrounding the crystal, there is a wall of force surrounding the crystal, but the blood hits the wall, and you hear and feel a tremor filling the room. And descending in the smoky darkness is one of these creatures. Everybody, roll initiative.
Ooh.
Sorry, I was grabbing beer.
I think I'll go for a tea break and then my turn will come up.
Okay. This creature descends out of the darkness, its face hideous. And as it descends down, the screams and the cries of these voices all around you amplify 5, 6, 7 times louder. They're deafening, filling this air. This thing screeches loudly, and you can feel the madness just kind of washing over the room. Adis, you react first. What do you do?
So it's this big honky thing in my bobber?
Yeah, it's just swirling around the room. It's a 30-foot room. It's filling half of it. Its head is solid. Its arms are solid, but its body is tendrils and smoke.
Has it noticed us, or?
Oh yeah.
I think you said this room's 30 by 30?
Yeah. It's a circle though. It's a circular room.
I'm gonna hold my action to true polymorph into one of my forms. I just don't know which one yet. That way we can move on. Because I want to wait and see what happens. So
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Tempest is gonna rush up to it, and he's not sure what's going on. He's gonna swing at it a couple times. His sword clashes with it, and you can see it's striking the scales of its near its head. As he sparks flying, and you hear the thing shriek, an angered, psychotic rage. On its turn, the creature emits a scream. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
Oy.
Elwyn and Deimos, you're failing.
Oh, we have those sparky things. I'll use a sparky thing.
Oh, you're so lucky.
So, nothing.
Oh no, it was a 17. Damn. Fuck it, I'll use the sparky.
Roll the spark. Okay. You both fail. You are frightened right now, so you have disadvantage on attacks against it. Let me put that on you guys. Okay. The creature swirls and rages and comes charging in. It's surrounding the whole room right now. It's a very large creature, so its body, its wispy, smoky body, just dashing and flitting from one side to another. There's no way to really pin it down. Tempest managed to get a couple of hits on it, but its head is already on the other side of the room. It's moving quickly, dashing around erratically. Deimos, it comes in, swinging one strike at you.
Actually, because this is one of the few things that might not hit me. I'll use a War God's Blessing. I'll give myself an extra, so it misses.
Renly,
When it attack
what?
him, I'll use. When it attacks him, I'll release my spell, and I'm gonna turn into this dude since I haven't used him yet. Rigathix.
Okay. I don't remember what that guy does. Made him a while ago. He's quite large. He fills half the room.
He's the one that Deimos crawled down his mouth when he went all super.
Oh, he's
super
gargantuan. He
Saiyan.
fills the whole room. Like he's busting out the walls. You turn into this form, and the walls shatter. And as they shatter, you guys find that you're on a pedestal, a 30-foot diameter pedestal, and all around you is nothingness. So, Adis, you're in this form, like this huge squid, just hanging on. Half your body is on the pedestal, half your body is off of it. Okay? All around you, you're looking into the infinite expanse of the void. So you're half hanging onto the pedestal. The creature's going to continue to strike out. Renly, one comes at you.
Alright.
Renly, what's your armor class?
My armor class as my bear form, hold on. 22.
I'll shield that for her.
Okay.
So you have 5 more armor class.
Alright.
She blocks it. And then in your enlarged form, Adis, the final strike comes at you.
Okay, that absolutely hits, because, yeah, I can't shield that. Greater shield, that was the 3.
Damage comes flying at you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving 3, so. Okay.
Correct.
Alright. Hold on, let me see if I have. If you gave me this form's saves. You gave it actions, but I don't know if you gave it. No, you did not.
Okay.
So yeah.
Roll a D100.
D100. This doesn't count as a charm effect, does it?
No.
Okay.
29. Okay. Roll a D10. Okay. So for 5 minutes, that form is incapacitated and is completely wrapped up in screaming, laughing, and weeping.
Okay.
Deimos, your turn.
All right, so this thing, does it seem like a entity that's not supposed to be like inside of this guy, or like does it seem like demon-like, or just seems like it's like part of his like psychosis that's like kind of just messed up right now?
You do not sense demonic presence.
Okay. I'm afraid of it. I'm gonna do what I would do if I was afraid of things and can't get closer to it. Also, I'm under a squid. I'm gonna talk to it.
I'd be like, remember what you are, who you are. There's good, there's bad things. You're usually probably good. I know your behavior, it's hard. And many things trigger you, like your traumatic brain injuries, a stroke, you hopefully don't have HIV. But your mental health conditions matter to me, Deimos. Your friend Tempest was right there. We're your friends. And instead of lashing out, let's talk. Because we're here for you.
I had to look up what the best treatment things for this type of thing. And I guess I'm gonna use my whole thing to try to like talk this boy down, get him somewhere, gain some senses, because he's getting bombarded with all these like angry prayers, and it's probably gonna be pretty hard to go back, and it's all broken up and stuff.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
We're gonna be the nice person because I'm a bard. Great at talking.
So this is psychosis. This specific mania is called psychosis. You can see its name, right?
Yes,
cheated. I looked at its name, but it looks insane.
Yeah, I mean it's complete. So psychosis is a full detachment from reality. You're speaking to it. It is.
But speech therapy is one of the best way for psychosis to go back because it can bring you back to reality.
You're talking
Also, I
to
have
it.
really big muscles.
All right. Make a. So you have advantage. Make a persuasion check.
What am I running?
Persuasion.
Ooh, this person's fucked. All right.
You have advantage though. Oh, hey.
Dude, shit.
Why do you have disadvantage?
I'm frightened.
Oh, that's right. All right. What you've done is you've succeeded in drawing this dragon, this corruption's attention. It is now focusing straight on you, and you can see this dark, swirling mist and smoke that's pouring off of its body, that is its body, begin to concentrate around you.
Okay, I have a backup plan for this. I'm lying. I have no plan.
Like, not much fun, but it's.
Owen, your turn.
I'm gonna look at Elwin and be like, save him, save my son.
I'm pretty fucking scared right now.
Yeah.
So, following
Demus-
Deimos,
Deimos, you can make a wisdom saving throw for the frightened.
following Deimos's cue, I'm gonna try to hit its
Nope.
mental instability with some more mental instability, and I'm gonna cast euphoric ecstasy on it. See what happens.
Euphoric ecstasy.
We're like government appointed like physicians and like psychologists for this thing. We have no idea what the fuck we're doing.
A creature you
We give
touch
you
must
drugs.
make a wisdom saving throw or be overwhelmed by feelings of bliss and euphoria. What's your DC?
Tick. I don't care if the other stuff doesn't happen. I just wanted to. No worries, be happy. 39 wisdom save.
Okay. You get struck by this spell that you cast on it. And you can see the thing. It was bearing down on Deimos, but it begins to convulse and spasm. Not knowing how to handle these feelings of euphoria, it begins to shudder back and forth, and its focus on Deimos is broken. It's beginning to swirl around like smashing. There's no more walls because Adis broke the walls. So here in the darkness of the void, you see this thing just thrashing about. You're not sure what other effect it has.
Okay. And as part of my movement, or however you want to call it, I want to. This might be bad, guys, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna touch the wall of force with a bloody palm surrounding the crystal.
Okay. You touch it and it feels like solid glass. It's not hurting you. It's not responding. Actually, you can feel it kind of resonating inside. You can feel that this barrier is something that's been placed here to keep these manias, these corruptions from accessing, from getting in. So the shield is not necessarily to keep you out, but it's to keep these manias from accessing them.
Gotcha. Okay. That's my turn, and I'll think on what we do next.
Okay, Renly, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to try something. I have no idea if it'll work, but I'm going to use a spell I haven't pulled out in ages. Thank God I had prepared, but here we go. So I'm going to target it, and I'm going to do this, and let's see what happens. And I am binding it to earth, or whatever comes to be pillars in this area, and I'm like focusing on whatever's under the pillar. So wherever that is, even if it's a mile or 50, 100 miles down, that's where it's going.
Bind wings to earth. Link the spell.
Here we go. I haven't used it like since we were on like the previous level. This is so long back.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So you hit it, and it begins to be sucked downwards into this deathly spiral down below. There's a lot of it, so it begins to be the smoke is being pulled down, kind of like it's slowly going like water going down a drain. You can see it begins to spiral downwards. But it is all. But there's a lot of this creature here. It is still physically present, but it's beginning to be sucked downwards because of your binding.
Hurry! And that's about it for me.
Adis, you are a massive squid-like creature, barely hanging onto the top of this pedestal. It's taking most of your concentration to hold yourself up here, else you slip down into the void. You've also gone completely mad. You are you're incapacitated, and your body is convulsed with laughing and screaming and weeping. What do you do?
One thing I can do.
What is that? Oh, what are you doing? You pass your turn?
I'm incapacitated, so there's nothing I can do.
Oh yeah,
Here.
it takes no actions with incapacitated. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom save.
It's the equivalent. Oh.
No, you're still incapacitated. Tempest is trying to figure out what's going on. He's gonna swing at this creature again. Manages to connect with it a couple times probably. Yeah. On its turn, this mania is going to turn towards you, Adis, in your maddened state. And you can see, as its body is being ripped away downwards towards the base of this pillar, a glow erupt in its mouth, and it unleashes a breath, but not a breath of force or a breath of power or anything like that. A breath of emotional and emotional energy towards you, Adis. Your mind, already broken, begins to swirl and tumble within this overwhelming force that's swirling over you. You are subject to psychosis. What this means is,
Joke's on that guy. Adis is already psychosis up.
you've lost touch with reality and can no longer determine what's real. You have all attacks, checks, and saves are made with disadvantage, and it overrides any abilities that might give you advantage in the first place. It cannot be removed. Additionally, you are now hallucinating and hearing voices.
Sweet.
The thing is going to lash out a couple more times on its turn. One more time, actually. It only has one more attack. Deimos.
I'm going to. I'll use another War God's Blessing, but by doing so, by reflecting it, I want to look it in its eyes and give it a hug.
And give it a hug. Well, its body is being ripped away right now, so it's not gonna be here much longer. Deimos, what do you do?
All right, I'm holding on to it.
Friend, I can't let you go. I believe in you. Come back to me.
I slap him in the face like 2 times real quick. I'm like,
I know this is a mental thing, and there's no way I know what you're going through, but please, there's things you have to know. There's a difference between the crazy and the good, and I know you know what's right. Because there's a random anonymous Holy Bible King James Version quote that says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
The fuck?
There's another thing. There was a random thing that said, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. But you're in good company, my friend. Please, come back to reality.
and I'm hugging him.
I'm like, friend.
And I give him a chimichanga because like that's the most realist food you can have.
As long as you say, even though I'm terrified of you, at the end of it, then it'll be okay.
Even though I'm terrified of you.
All right, roll
Jokes
roll
on
your.
them, the best part about having this like the bikini thing I got on right now
Uh
is like, dude, it's chainmail. I can piss right through it. It doesn't get wet. Like, problem solved.
Okay.
All right, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Just roll another persuasion check with advantage.
All right, so straight up because I'm still afraid. All right. Wait. I got something for this.
You're sparking a 1. Really?
All right,
One
I'm not
times
gonna lie.
3 is 3.
I literally have nothing for this.
1 times 5 is 5.
You need a superpower that lets you change your stat for persuasion to stress or something as a one-time-a-month thing.
When Damus awakened,
I just want to see what it would have been.
It went down, right? His
It would have been
persuasion.
way better. Yeah, gosh.
When
damn,
Da-
me
when-
being frightened.
when you guys awakened a while ago, right? Damus was level 20, and he awakened and he actually lost charisma.
I remember that. I'm like, he needs a boon for temporary stat swap for persuasion, like a period thing. You know, it happens like once a month, and he gets it like once a month. Just switch
Alright.
over.
All right.
Save my being scared.
Oh no, hell no. You're still scared. You're still freaking frightened. All right, Ellen, you're up.
A 33?
33?
Oh,
Wait, what's this? Oh wait, to say that.
And
That's,
it's-
all right, you're not frightened anymore. Okay.
Oh.
You did not persuade him, but
Hold on.
you're no longer
Let me
frightened
roll
though.
mine.
No, Ellen, you're still frightened.
Okay.
I'm not
So,
afraid of you
mine-
anymore, friend.
I
Spark it,
will.
man! But
I
I
don't have
don't
any
get
more.
to get it. Oh crap.
can I spark it? Because this is group therapy, which is actually disease. It's one of the best things you can actually do.
Okay, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna cast Pepin's Indisputable Fact,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell it. You have your psychosis because you haven't eaten one of these chimichangas yet. This is the cure for psychosis, and you believe that.
That's actually a very valid argument because if they know they have psychosis, they can bring themselves back.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Ellen, are you also a doctor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
On
that makes
Tuesdays.
sense.
Tuesdays. Okay.
It's Tuesday right now where I'm at.
Definitely is. Definitely is. All right. Wait. Is there no save to this?
Yeah, intelligence.
Okay. Intelligence check. Well, shit.
Yep.
Wow.
It fails.
I'm just still better than my career.
All right. So you're trying to tell it that it is no longer psychotic.
Yeah, the cure for psychosis is the chimichanga that he just ate.
Okay.
Smart. Because
It
will
believes
root
you.
into
It
this
believes you. Right now, it's
Oh my
believing you. All
God.
right, Renly, what are you doing?
Placebo effect for the win! I am going to turn back into Redley, and I am going to get out a bottle and throw it into Adis's mouth, for it is laughing water, damn it! I never use it, and finally it's coming into use. This will help swallow it, Adis. Swallow it!
A mouthful of laughing water removes any levels of exhaustion. The drink may include blast incapacitation. All right. Adis, you're no longer incapacitated. You are still psychotic, but you're no longer incapacitated.
And at this point, what I am going to do is I'm going to do my lovely little song and dance, thinking that this might work. And then I'm gonna be like, "You're fine, you're fine, you're no longer cray cray." And I'm just gonna keep going with it. Here we go. Okay? Yeah, all done.
Casting that on me.
Oh, it's a group effect kind of thing. So you know, it's
is
like
it a
kumbaya.
charm? Is it a charm spell?
No, it just it makes people feel better. Abjuration.
No, but is it considered a charm effect though?
No, it's an anti-charm effect.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Adis, what do you do?
Well, since I'm crazy, at the end of her turn, I'm gonna do a psychic shockwave. So all creatures within 100 feet have to make a DC 25 saving throw or take 20 to 20 psychic damage, which is my legendary action.
Okay, psychic shockwave. All right. So guys, make your saving throws.
Which
What's the
saving throw
DC?
was it?
DC 25 intelligence. saving
So
throw.
I'll use my music affairs reaction to push this thing off the ledge.
Oh my god!
To push the squid off the ledge.
Yeah.
Fly, right?
Well, we won't die, right?
What's the DC? I couldn't hear you.
25. And that's the damage half if you make the save.
Yeah, push that shit off the ledge. I'm down.
Hate to break it. Should probably push it off the edge. I'm just joking. We'll be fine. Alright, you get your death ward though. We're good. I'll add the extra. You said 233.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
even in a like psychotic state, would the monster dude probably still appear as the biggest threat around me?
Yeah, I mean, you see things. So for you,
Never
Adis, the only practical disadvantage from the psychotic state is the disadvantage on all those things.
Yeah, but
On
you
checks-
said the part of it I can't tell what is real and what isn't.
Yeah.
So like I don't know who are friends or who are foes, so it would be
So
more
that's
like
Not actually.
That is a good way of playing it. Yeah, you would lash out at everything. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Okay.
you're a dream, like dream control.
So I'll do 4 of my 6 attacks against the dragon thing, and then 1 against Tempest and 1 against Daedalus. And then 1 against Tempest. And then Deimos, Tempest have to make DC 27 Constitution saves, and then I'll do this guy's 4 Constitution saves that he gets to make. Okay,
No, I
so
do want
he
to point
gets-
out if you have Psychocus, you can't actually concentrate on anything. You actually wouldn't be able to polymorph into anything. Just technically saying.
I can't. I have a ability that makes it so I'm damn near impossible for me to lose.
But you can't
in,
concentrate with
on
Psychosis.
concentration.
It's the main laser breakdown between the frontal lobe and your other lobes. So it's a connection flaw between the actual actually like joining those processes. So you literally cannot concentrate on anything. Pretty much by definition is pretty much what psychosis does. Your body heals
I
it,
have a
but like
legend.
you're
I have
literally
a
being like
awakened power that says otherwise.
you'd have like a negative zero, like you'd have a
Actually,
the
it's not that,
lowest
it's a
thing
boon.
possible.
No, my boon actually circumvents that because it
But
specifically
your mind
states
but
the
then your boon
only
would
way
affect
I
your
can
mind.
lose concentration is to roll a 1 on a
Yeah, so
concentration
you'd be
check.
rolling way less than a 1 every time.
So then you wouldn't have psychosis then.
So you can't have psychosis. It's either you have psychosis or you can't concentrate. That's literally how
Hey,
it works.
don't argue that to me. Argue that to the DM.
I am.
But
Gosh,
Dragon Dude
psychosis.
has the tentacle aids. Not that it will matter because he probably won't live long enough.
Okay.
Here's Tempest save, and here's Deimos' save.
What, I already made
Deimos
save.
doesn't have the tentacle aids, but Tempest does. You wrote it as it doesn't take effect until a minute it goes by, and then after that minute, they basically turn translucent, slimy. They can't regain hit points, and if they're not in water, they take 1d12 acid damage every 10 minutes. It basically turns them into like a whale, so if they're out of water, they start taking damage. And that's my turn.
All
I'm
right.
gonna give Damos my previous save because I apparently had to take 2 saves.
Oh, do
So
I
he's fine.
do? Is there a save at the end of turn for the psychosis, or does it just stick?
No, it sticks.
Okay.
On its turn, the creature is almost fully sucked away. It's gonna lash out a couple more times. Once against Deimos.
That sucks.
Ooh.
Holy hell!
Once against Elwyn.
Elwyn's
I'll
down.
shield.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
Once against Renly.
That is so gonna hit.
Ooh, death ward.
Alright.
And then with that, it gets sucked down into the darkness.
I have one last roll to persuade it to not be bad.
Okay.
I'm holding it. Because in Tempest's eyes, all things are equal. But the thing is, you don't understand Tempest's love to love yourself. And love is true and pure. And Tempest is here in person. So you should also come back. Because Tempest wants to give me a hug and you at the same time. But I'm getting the hug too. Hey, it's doing. I'm gonna get in. Gonna get it perfect. I'm giving myself advantage because I can.
Okay.
Nat 20. Fuck. All right. Okay. And fuck me.
Yeah. You make your plea into the darkness, but the thing swirls down and disappears into the void. You guys are now sitting on this pedestal. Adis, you are still psychotic. You've calmed down a little bit though. So right now, your lingering effect from the psychosis after the creature is gone is that you have disadvantage on all attacks, checks, and saves. Okay, and you're hallucinating.
So I would still like attack Deimos at the end of his turn.
Oh, if that
That was
happens on
very
my
action.
turn, I'm pushing him off the edge.
I'm great at restoring this bitch!
No, that's why I'm.
Does it help?
No,
that's
no,
why
no,
I'm
no.
trying- That's why I'm asking because I want to play it correctly to the,
No,
the effect.
No, you're not attacking your allies. You don't perceive any dangers right now.
Okay, cool. That's what I was asking.
Actually, according to psychosis, you are more or less likely to attack your
Oh,
family
no.
during it because they're the safe space in your mind, regardless of what's going on. So, I'm just saying.
And I can't revert from this form because I don't know that this isn't my real form.
Correct. Oh well.
Have fun getting back.
Sure, if that's how you want to play it.
Well, actually, all Deimos would have to do is come up and just like kick me until I rolled a 1 and failed to save.
You already can't concentrate on anything. You're psychotic.
You have to roll double once, man.
I
That's
have,
like
disad-
a double
I have dis-
rainbow.
No, I have disadvantage on the saves, so I only have to roll L1. No, it's all good. I'm cool.
I
with playing
agree
it.
to restoration him. Does that help?
It does not.
God damn it.
I'm gonna feed him a chimichanga and cast the indisputable fact. See if that worked.
So just so you guys know, permanent when one of these creatures, if you're maddened and hits you with a breath attack, while you're in this plane, the effect that they impart onto you is permanent.
All right.
Am I of sound mind enough to be aware of my own abilities and stuff?
Yes.
All right, I will use my boon ability and true polymorph into the short sword. That's immune to damage and has plus 47 to attack. That way, I won't be a threat.
So again, this is you, Adis. All right. So right now, for the rest of while you guys are in this dungeon, you have disadvantage on all attacks, checks, and saves, and you hear and hallucinate things.
But if he's a sword who can't hear or have any senses, he good?
Sure.
No,
Sure.
because Midas said I can still communicate when I'm the sword.
So pretty much, you're Adis, and you just have disadvantage on those rolls. Pretty much.
Are you
right?
yelling the whole time?
You just have disadvantage on stuff. Yeah.
No, is he noisier now because he's a psycho? So
Let's be
Yeah, but
honest. Okay. No
yeah, but
one
if
in
we-
this
if we
party
get
is
near-
sane.
If we
At
get
all.
near this
Mhm.
another one of them, it might like exacerbate it again. You never know. And I don't know that anything y'all are saying is real because I've lost touch with reality.
Man, this guy got it bad.
And so being a sword is the safest bet for the time
he's
being,
also
I
the
think.
perfect weapon because they can't make him any
Yeah.
crazier.
It's true. And also, like, we should like lock the sword up. That way, it won't stab us or something.
Throw it in the void.
Throw it in the void.
It's
Flawless plan.
not an animated sword. Jesus.
Yeah, I know, but you can always flip back out of it.
All right. I'm gonna turn my focus back to the crystal.
Okay.
Do I feel any difference now that the psychosis is not in its presence?
Yes. The shield around it is now humming. There's now that the room around you has quieted. The you can feel around the crystal. There's a bit of there's a vibration. There's a tone to it. And as you touch it, you can feel it kind of resonating through your body. It's asking a question. It's asking,
I already know I know the answer. It's
What's the
about
answer?
12 inches long and a good 2 inches in diameter.
No. It's asking you. It's asking you. I'll type it. That's what it's asking you, and that you hear that question resonating in your mind.
That felt good. Um, I don't know how they'll take how it'll take this answer. I favor justice, but there is also a time for mercy. Mercy sometimes is justice.
The shield, the wall of force surrounding the crystal, disappears. And all that is now before you is this floating, hand-sized crystal. Translucent but radiating white. Its surface shifting and shimmering, almost as if it's held together by a thought. And that thought is complex and continuously shifting and adapting. Yeah, put it on Elwyn then.
I just didn't get rid of it yet, so I was just...
I got rid of the old death ward.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, if it's a physical crystal,
It is.
I will gently grab it and take it upon my person, so I can guard it from any of these mental ailments.
Okay. So, a couple things happen here. Give me a second.
We are leveled up to 25.
Not quite.
He didn't say quite, which means one more thing will be there.
One second here. Okay. So, two things happen. Give me 1 second. While you guys were doing that, I was finishing this part of the dungeon.
No worries. Got a buttload of stuff that I gotta manage in my inventory.
Give me 1 second here. Okay. Let me...
Have you ever played Escape from Tarkov, Midas?
No, what is that?
Oh, it's so fucking awesome.
What is
It's
it?
like the most hardcore game ever.
Wait, what is it? What kind of game is it?
It's like a survival, but super hardcore first-person shooter.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. So, two things happen. First of all, you touch the you grab the crystal, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. As you grab the crystal, you touch it and you feel that it is more than just a thought. It is a truth. It is a piece of Bahamut's mind that he has sequestered away here and rendered permanent, rendered protected, that he has sealed away and kept safe from the mania, safe from the madness that has been filling this whole plane. This is what you have.
Okay.
Okay. You also.
Is that an item, or should I?
It's a note. You guys can
Okay,
can
yeah.
see them. They're in your
No,
notes.
I mean, Elwin knows this. He has met Deimos.
Okay. You also underneath on the pedestal underneath this crystal, you see this pattern inscribed onto the stone. Okay?
Okay.
That's all. What do you guys do?
Well,
Wait, is this on the ground? This drawing or whatever?
It's on the pedestal. Yeah, you guys can all see it.
Okay, I smear my butt on it because it's covered in blood, and I wait for something to happen.
Nothing happens.
I shrug.
Right.
Maybe a thing for later. Who knows? Write it down.
I have some parchment, and I'm gonna take the markings of the blood on the parchment so that we have an engraving sort of thing going on.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Try to hit the next place up, or what do we think, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Diggling.
So you guys are retreating through, and as you walk backwards along the hallway, you're finding that this realm, this place that was destroyed, is reforming itself. So the walls that were shattered are slowly repatching and coming together. The blood is no longer quite as coagulated. It is no longer quite as dark, quite as rancid. As you leave that place and exit back into the mind of Bahamut.
Ooh, I have a question. So if I were to run back to this doorway and like take a certain sword and like tie a rope on it and then like throw it outside and then bring it back in, will it kind of like jar something loose in Natus? because
Wait,
he's
what?
because he's temporarily not on this plane, right? If I throw him out the door.
No, he's on the plane.
I
His
mean,
mind is just not all there.
I'm just saying because you said that the madness psychosis happened on this plane, right?
Oh,
Only,
yeah.
like, so I was like wondering if I threw him out of this plane, out of the mine, and like brought him back in, would it jar something loose temporarily? Like give him a save?
Very
What if I
funny.
did that 10 times?
Very funny.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So, I'm finishing this little dealio here up. So I guess, just so you guys know, if you haven't figured it out already, there's a lot going on in this dungeon. There will be a lot to figure out.
And each time one of us will go crazy until we're all inanimate objects. Great.
Well, you will be stacking up various madnesses and psychoses along the way.
I feel like this is a certain game that I know of, going into a deep, dark dungeon. Darkest Dungeon, was it?
Oh, is that what it is? I never played it.
Okay.
Okay. What are you guys doing now?
Next.
You got it, boss. Son? Son, where are you? Son. I lift Amos by the seat of his pants or tidy whities and then bring him forth. Hey, Elwin, do you see that house over there?
I do.
All the way down there.
Do you guys want to go there first, or do you want to go up this next set of stairs?
House, I need to poop.
Alright, so we'll skip this for now, and we'll move over to the house.
I see some trees there. I can poop behind them. Okay, hurry.
Okay. Alright, so you guys walk up this this stone pathway, heading up towards the house. Correct?
Indeed.
Walking up the path, you see various truisms and tenets on each stairway, talking about justice, talking about virtue, talking about wisdom. And you head up to this house. You walk up, and there, across the closed doorway, is written in chalk, almost as if it's smeared, like someone tried to rub it out, but there's a remnant of the words still in place. The chalk is still present there, and you can read it. It's in common, actually. It says this this is on the doorway outside, on a closed door outside the hut. This is what it says.
I'm gonna take a quick look around the house, avoiding where Renly's pooping. I'm sure she's got that covered.
Renly, are you?
In the back.
Are you?
Like, nobody come here.
You're pooping around the outside of the house.
On the side of the house, behind, discreetly. Mama Bear's got her business going. Nobody else can come back there. Yes?
Okay. Elwin, so you're walking around the house?
Yeah.
You walk around the house. It looks like a normal hut. There's a place outside where he stores his where wooden logs are stacked up for heating the place. There is a small vegetable garden out back. It looks pretty plain.
I'm gonna look in some of the windows as well.
Okay. You peer in through the window and you see off in the corner by firelight this person sitting there in a chair reading a book.
Candle. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door, and you hear a few seconds go by, and you hear a shuffling on the other side of the door. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the door opens up, and that individual looks up at you. He's a dwarf, and he says, "Well, it's been a long time since I've had visitors here. Tell me, what brings you to this area, to my humble house?"
Well, we're looking for answers to some very particular problems that are going on out in the world. Oh, hey, how did you get to be here? I'm sorry, my manners. My name's Ellen.
Hey, my name is Kamdal. You seem like a lad of learning, and you seem to have an air about you. Welcome. Welcome to my humble abode.
Thank you, Camdal. I really appreciate your very accommodating nature. These are my friends. That's Deimos. He's like my brother. That's Adis. He's a little crazy, but he's cool.
He
Oh, no.
watches you point to a sword.
Yeah, I point to a sword. And that's Tempest. He's gonna be the future god of whatever he does, working out, I guess. And then don't pay attention to the bear that's pooping next to your house, but her name's Renly.
He looks over there. He says, "Ah, shite.
Yeah,
I'll be
exactly.
smelling that for days."
I told her that it's not polite to shit in people's yards, but I guess that's what bears do.
He pauses for a second. He rubs his beard, and he says, "I guess you're right. Bears shit where they want to shite, don't they?"
Yeah.
His way.
So how did you get to live in this place?
His eye. He says, "Because it's a rather pleasant place, don't you think? You look around.
Yeah,
I have everything I need. I have a garden to grow my plants. Yes, and grow vegetables, and here I can eat. He says, I look around and I see the clouds and the sky. It's a beautiful place. I came here and I said, well, Kamdal, my friend, this here is a safer place as any to settle down. So I did."
Cool. And so you have everything you need. Where the bitches at?
He says, "By bitches, you mean women?
Yeah.
For the,
They don't like to be called that though. They like to be called bitches.
Huh." He strokes his beard a little bit. He says, "Must be a new trend. Huh. Bitches. Well, seems derogatory to me, but... Well, if that's what they like.
Oh yeah.
I have not had a bitch in as long as I can remember. Been here the whole time.
Bruh.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
Elvis
Truth be
is
told.
amazed.
Truth be told, I cannot remember the last time I had a visitor.
When was that?
I cannot remember.
Oh, I thought you said I remember.
Nay, he says. See, I eschew adventuring and meeting people and socializing. I put it all away. I'd much rather have me books and me safety. It's a dark and dangerous world out there.
But again, how did you come to be here?
Well, lad, I've always been here. I've always been here. For thousands of years, I've been here. I cannot remember a time when I was not here. I think I'm part of this place. I think I have a purpose here.
Okay. And what is your purpose here?
Well, for one thing, is to tend me garden. For another, to learn things. And well, I think that I have a settledness about me. You see, I'm a bit of an optimist. I think that the world is all as it should be. That things are right where they are. And he looks around. He says, this place is rather grand. Rather nice. Rather safe. That's what I believe.
Okay. Well, what, you mind if we come in and maybe hang out for a little bit?
As you'd be welcome to. Come on in. I have a pot of tea sitting on by the fire. And I have a bit of bread that I've been baking. And some roast turnips.
I do come inside.
Okay.
All right. Does anyone else see the very heavy breathing, large drow by us? She heard that he hasn't gotten on. She's like,
I haven't ever either. Hi, my name is Euphemia, and I smell like moldy onions.
I mean the moon that's just up there. Yeah.
I thought it was an onion.
Now, I am keeping in mind that safety is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not 100% off my guard. I'm just playing it off that way.
Okay. You guys walk in, or you walk in. I don't know if the rest of you guys are going in.
I'm down.
Okay. You see a very peaceful, simple home. Along the walls, the predominant thing in this room are the bookshelves. They cover every wall, and they're covered and they're full with books. Some of them you can read the titles of. Many of them you cannot. He ushers you in and he shows you all. There's a few. He pulls some chairs in from other rooms and makes seating arrangements for all of you guys. And he quickly shuffles in with some cups filled with tea. He says, "Here you go." He says, "I cannot remember the last time I've had guests. You know, I don't know if I've ever had guests. But I think that the thing to do is to offer you a cup of tea and a place to sit. Warm yourselves by the fire. You know that this place is me home, and I do everything to keep me home a good place. And you all are welcome, and you're safe here.
You guys put a cup on? Son, are you brewing? Son?
Yes. Oh no, I was just reading these books because I'm also a scholar like this man. I'm starting to think he's like the shut back scholarly thinking mind of the Bahamut, and the only reason he hasn't been touched yet, or it hasn't been touched yet, is because no one knew it existed. But Bahamut's just really a nice, comfy, cozy guy who just doesn't want to get hurt because he had his heart broken before, most likely by Tiamat or some hooker that he gave too much money.
Oh my god.
He broke
Is
her
it
in half.
diary here?
I'm pretty gosh damn sure that Bahamut's just a lovable boy, and he just is big and strong, but in the end, he's just a squishy little boy, and that's the reason why he's here. I think 100% sticking with the story.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I follow the smell of the tea, and then I
Mhm.
feed the doormat, which says safety is a lie, and I panic because my son is like almost 20 feet away from me, and I go, son, it's a trap, and I come barging in, breaking doors.
Okay, you can.
What? Oh shit.
So I'm a bear, and like the doorway breaks, things start crashing, things start falling, shelves are falling, and I'm like, son, where are you?
Mom, I'm an adult now.
The tea is a trap.
I can be at least 20 feet away from you. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends, Mom.
It's a trap. Don't drink the tea.
The dwarf
That
is coming
doesn't
back.
look like Abu Akbar.
The dwarf comes back in, and he's holding a platter full of biscuits, and he looks up and he sees the bear just tearing through ripping through the doorway of his house, and his eyes widen, his mouth drops open in shock, and his plate of biscuits clatters to the ground and breaks.
I grab Davis and I throw him out the window, and then I jump after him.
I grab the biscuits on the way out.
They're just biscuits.
Doesn't matter. They're delicious.
On the way out, you guys so Deimos, you're out the window. So the shattered window. The bear is still inside the room, along with Elwyn and Deimos. You had the short sword with you, so
Mhm.
the dwarf is stuttering. He goes, "What the? This, why are y'all destroying me home?"
It's a trap. Didn't you see the doormat? Safety is a lie.
He says,
Read
"What?
signs.
What sign? There are no signs."
It's on your front door.
He glares at you. He says, "I'm telling you now, bear." He says, "You've come into me home, and you've broken me shit. You've shattered me window, and you're scaring me guests. He says, I believe in a safe place. I believe that all is well. But, yeah." He begins to shake and tremble, and you can see his face beginning to flush. He says, "Yeah, you're not fitting in with that. You've ruined me home."
I'm going to take the tea that he poured and I'm gonna smash the cup on the floor.
He turns towards you and he gasps and he looks at you and you can see he's starting to lose control. His eyes are freaking out. He says, "Me teacup? He says, I do not have many of those. I cannot repress it." And he's looking at the darkened tea just seeping out across the floor, and he's like, "The floor is ruined." He looks at you all. He
I
says,
fix the floor by ripping it up and carrying it outside.
"Well,
You said the floor is ruined. Deimos breaks back through the wall, pulls the floorboards off, carries them off because that's the right thing to do.
I'm like, I have you, buddy. These floorboards are bad. Let me take care of them for you.
I'm being very sincere and good about it, though.
The dwarf begins to
My
scream.
son.
He begins to scream. You see him grab his beard and rip out chunks of hair. He shrieks and he begins to froth at the mouth and he's raging at you guys. He's "Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Get the fuck out of my house!"
Deimos breaks out. He walks outside, breaking through another wall.
And your tea wasn't that good either. It was brewed less than it should have been.
His
Before
Lipton,
I go, can I
his
use
Lipton
your
bag
bathroom?
tea.
Yes.
He goes, "No, you cannot use my restroom. Get the fuck out!"
Well, this is gonna be awkward because I did.
He begins to scream even more. He has no more beard. He's just ripped it all out. His face is like a raw and like a little bit bloody mess. And he begins to shriek. He begins to tear at things. He begins to he grabs his cup and he smashes it on the ground.
No, don't do that. You only have so many of those.
It's all your fault, man. It's all your fault.
He begins to spin around, to turn around, and begins to tear the house apart, knocking over bookshelves, ripping the covers and pages out of books, throwing things across the room, art and drawings and stuff. He begins to scream and he's frothing mad now.
I think our job here is done. Let's go, son.
I just tried to help him with his floor. I don't know why he's so angry.
He showed it was a lie. It all feels good.
As you guys are backing away, you can hear the crackle of fire as he begins as he ignites a pile of books, and the whole house begins to catch ablaze.
Jumping out a window.
Elwin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna throw a few firebolts.
Okay. You cast fire everywhere. So around the room, different piles of things are catching fire. He's tossing tables over, just screaming and shrieking and yelling. You see him. He rushes out the back door, and you see him with like a hoe,
For the poop.
tearing up his garden, just ripping plants and stuff out of the ground, as the house begins to catch fire. Elwin, you look. All right, yeah. What do you do? You're the only one still in the building. Deimos and Renly have ripped themselves out.
I'm gonna reach out and see if, like with my mind, with my feelings, see if I can, using the crystal that I already have, seeing if there's a crystal in here that I can go ahead and collect.
Your mind is drawn to the book that he was reading. It's sitting in the middle of the chair that he was sitting on. Fire wicking all around it. The chair is ablaze.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab it, and then I'll step outside after I put it in my robe.
Okay. You step out, and as you guys back away from the house, it's completely caught in flame. It's now beginning the structure is beginning to be compromised. The dwarf, you see him rush back into the home, still screaming and tearing at things, and the house collapses in on itself in a smoldering, burning inferno. You hear his screams join the cries and whispers and terror and yelling of all the voices, the thousands and thousands of voices in the environment. His screams blend into them and fade away.
Okay, now that we've just
I'm confused. Was it not a trap? Son, can you explain it to me?
I don't know. He just said these are bad floorboards.
As I have all these floorboards in my hands.
I'm like, but they seem perfectly fine, honestly.
Should be not poisoned?
I don't think so. I think they're a lot better than the house. The house is on fire. The floorboards aren't, though. Maybe he wanted me to save the floorboards because he's gonna rebuild the house. But wanted to keep the original wood.
Oh.
That's some HGTV shit right there.
Well, I start reading the book.
This is what you see, Ellen. Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. So, you guys have received 2 axioms of Bahamut, and these truths, Elwin, as you gather them, they're pure. They're a tone of serenity in the chaos around you. Okay.
Okay.
You can feel that as you read them, as you hold on to their truths, they are at the heart of of Bahamut's essence. They are the truths that he holds to. And let's see, you guys got unlocked the one image, the one pattern, right? So you guys have seen this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's it for now.
Ooh, shit. Nice.
Woohoo!
Appreciate you running, man.
You are very
thank you,
welcome.
dude.
Yeah. All right.
So cool.
Yeah, this is kind of a crazy place. So, all right. So I'll see you guys next week.
See ya, see ya.
Yep.
Later.
Have a good
See
night,
you, everybody.
everybody.
Night night.